Hello, I'm Ross from Britain's Hidden History, and my goodness, one of our key subjects has hit the news today. You can't possibly have missed it. All these people are suddenly talking about this. Let's just screen share this. Can't keep it on screen for too long. Dramatic discovery links Stonehenge to its original site in Wales. Who'd have ever thought it? And if you follow the story on BBC or something, you see people like Alice Roberts, the front person. Oh, it's amazing, and this university has discovered this, and how they found it, and who'd have ever thought it. What an amazing surprise. It's Mike Parker Pearson. I don't know too much about him. And then the discovery will be published in Antiquity, the peer-reviewed journal of world archaeology. And a documentary, BBC Two, on Friday. I think that's this evening. Presented by Professor Alice Roberts. It's amazing. And Alice, I've heard her talking about it. It lines up with the sun. It's incredible. Well, this is the kind of thing on the Britain's Hidden History group we've been doing for years. And this big surprise. I mean, look at this. Robin Heath. I'll put the link to this particular video. Wow, look at this. An original Stonehenge in Wales. Stonehenge is a later imitation. This is Megalithomania. Wow, it must have just been a couple of months ago. And oh, no, it was 2018. It was 2 years ago. And this was after he'd worked on this for years and years and years, okay? So, look at the Megalithomania group. I was supposed to be talking there last year, but obviously cancelled with COVID. It'll be on next year, and I'll be talking probably about reading hieroglyphics, using cumroglyphics, that kind of thing. The other stuff we do. So this guy's fantastic, Robin Heath. He's getting on a bit now, and he wants to pass on the reins to someone else. And he's been sharing all his work. He goes out there for years. He's been out with his theodolites, 2016. Castell Mawr, which I'll show you a map in a second. That's the centre of this giant wheel, which isn't just pointing at the sun, as they're trying to tell you on the BBC, which I do not understand what they're on about there. It's weird. Look at this. All the science has gone into working out. You can watch the passage of the sun. You can see here midwinter sunrise. And the way it all works, well, it's too complicated for this short video. This whole thing plots out. You can work out exactly what day it is. You can check your alignments with various planets and times of year and zodiacs. It's awesome. So I'll put a link to this. Put it in your browser. Just copy it in and you can watch it. And then it's a fantastic lecture. He's very funny. And you can see how these triangles are mapped out. And everyone says normally we're bonkers, it's all a load of rubbish. And then you've got Wilson and Blackett, who also worked out that in southeast Wales, there's another massive star map. What you see on the South Wales hills, and it's been the case in England, but I'm sure a lot of them are being destroyed, much hard to see. But in Wales, you'll still see these mounds on top of the hills. And a lot of them aren't burial mounds at all. They are there to mark out a star map, where each of those mounds matches what's going on in the stars, as above, so below. And the other thing you could able to do is some of them act as observatories, much like this. See these plotting out here the spokes of Castell Mawr, so you can find out all about it. It's a goldmine of information, particularly in Wales. Hugh Evans has put together some information for me as well, so we get this out quickly. And he has produced a book recently, which will be out soon. Sign up on our the spokes of the Preseli wheel, all right? 7 spokes, and since then he's done more. Anyway, Hugh Evans, where the first zodiac was plotted, which would be around Cadair Idris, so mid to North Wales. All right, so there's what he's doing there. I'll just zoom in, making it a bit easier for you. Oh, hang on a second. If I clicked on the right button, we would zoom in. Here it is. Okay, let's just check. We're seeing all this. Yep, you are. Good. Right, so what we have, this is the area. This is Castell Mawr, which means the big castle. Right, something else I'm going to talk about just quickly. Another fascinating site is this area, Nevern, which is where Empress Helen, who's the mother of Constantine, they were all British, by the way, although you don't get told that in your schools either. And when she was said to have brought the true cross that Jesus was crucified on back to Constantinople, people don't realise that there's another Constantinople, and it's in West Wales. And next to it is this place in Nevern, and I'll put a link, or it'll be on the screen or something, where you can see a video about this amazing place where the cave has been, there's like a cave where it's bricked up. don't even look like bricks, very cleverly done, a natural cliff face, and the crosses across the two. So if you disturb the bricks, the cross will be destroyed. And you can see the stones are worn, because in ancient times, or even medieval times, there were so many pilgrims coming there and kneeling to get a vision of the cross. The stones around it are worn smooth, all right? There's tons of history. It's great to see a little glimpse of it on the TV, but how they can go around and start claiming this as a discovery and registering it with Antiquity magazine, and look what we found, what a surprise, is bonkers, because it's been known about for donkey's years, right? Not donkeys, but Robin Heath. He's got books out and everything on this. This is what you're up against. You get called stupid and conspiracies and whatever, and then suddenly a really stupid, dumbed-down version goes on the telly and everyone's like, oh, not great. Anyway, so there's Wine Mound, all right? This is the place. We'll have a look at what that means in a second. Oh, yeah, what I want to show you was this cross. So where the centre of the cross is, which is known as, so it's like a the swan, right? You've got your different places, like Pentre Ifan on one corner, there's Tradistri, and we can look up all these points around Nevern, and you put the main ones together, you get the cross. Much like in the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John forms a cross. Alright, that's why they're not in historical or alphabetical order, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. They're in order to form a cross. A little side story there to get you interested. Because on Britain's Hidden History, we also look at how Christianity started in Wales after the crucifixion, and where the Holy Family came and early apostles. I can see the evidence in the countryside, and then this myth about the Romans coming in, we explode that, and then we go to King Arthur and all that really cool stuff. Alright, and you can see it in the Welsh scenery. So what you have here, this huge thing, I think it's about 20 odd miles radius, so about 40 miles across, which you can use when you're in the central spot observatory to plot with great accuracy all the days of the year and all sorts of clever things. So join the group, we'll do more on this. I think we'll do more on this Sunday, because the other amazingly cool thing is you can see an ancient Babylonian zodiac in southeast Wales. I know, how freaky is that? It's great, all this kind of stuff we do. Just a quick one here, if you get your old dictionary out, like this one is 1688, although I think most of these words are in modern dictionaries anyway, but this is better, because you'll see the language has been changed a lot. I know, isn't it crazy? So there we go, we've got the place we're looking at there, Gwaun. My school, where my children go, where I went, is Gwaun Celyn, and that's meadow. But you could also put a twist on it, maybe, Gwai to weave. The weavers of fate, I don't really go with that one so much. Although it could well be. This kind of things you have to look into. The words are key, alright? So you get two meanings. You got the meadow, and maybe the weavers of the fates, right? I tend to go more, maybe with Gwaul, light, radiance, or the dawn. Then we've got Maum, which is the peat, the turf. So what we got is this, and then we can praise and worship. So we got the peat meadow is the kind of, what would you call that? Sort of lower level name, the basic name, which could mean the great worship place or the radiant dawn, expanding light. All this needs exploring. I'd highly, highly, highly recommend looking at Robin Heath's videos. Megalithomania, also go to their group, their websites, loads of great videos. Humans been doing this for years. It's just bizarre that suddenly it appears on the news and we're all supposed to go, wow, whoever expected to see that? Exactly as been told for ages. And of course, they do a little funny one to finish. When you're asking another mystery which seems to have got them, and this is just a little side, is they're saying, wow, it's amazing that the circle with the tops on seems to have all been constructed before they moved it. Well, if you're going to move it, it's a bit late to check it once you get there, isn't it? I would think there's every chance if you're going to make it, you'd make it first, put the hells on it and move it out. But anyway, that's just an aside. So please subscribe for Britain's Hidden History. There's more of this stuff all the time. And then next time, the mainstream media and the BBC say, wow, what an amazing surprise. Who'd have expected this? You can turn around and say, well, actually, yeah, I knew about that years ago, because Britain's Hidden History's been doing it for that long. Oh dear, what can you do, eh? Alright, so please sign up. Lots of good fun. Live show every Sunday at 8 o'clock, where you can fire away with your questions and we have a good time, live music, all sorts. So until the next time, say peace, which in Welsh is heddwch.